Hello, I'm Ginger Chang. Welcome to US Tzu Chi 360, where we share the latest stories of what Tzu Chi volunteers are doing to serve and connect with the global community. Today's feature takes us on an extraordinary journey over the US border to the South American nation Chile. Tzu Chi volunteers first traveled to the country last year in March to provide emergency disaster relief when a devastating 8.8 magnitude earthquake occurred outside the capital city, Santiago. More than 2 million people were displaced by the earthquake. Tzu Chi volunteers arrived in Concepcion, which was one of the hardest hit areas. Once they settled in, they discovered the local people needed more than just earthquake relief. A more serious fundamental problem was at hand: poverty.
I think what they really need is to have communication with other people, because nobody shows them any concern or even pays attention to them while they're roaming around in the streets all day.
It's because I'm separated and don't have anywhere to go.
While on Tzu Chi volunteers' second visit to Chile from the United States for distributing charitable donations, Brother Martin shared with me a few tips on how to develop and strengthen Tzu Chi spirits in Chile. He pointed out that helping local homeless people would be a good starting point.
Anita and her husband own a toy shop in Chillán, Chile. They became dedicated volunteers after Tzu Chi volunteers from the United States came to provide earthquake relief assistance in 2010.
I used to feel disgusted by those homeless people. I'd rather make a detour whenever I was going to run into them. I couldn't stand that unpleasant odor that came from their bodies and would run away from them. After Brother Martin left, I was struggling and wondering if I should take his advice. I had bad dreams for a few days, probably because I did not start this mission right away. I asked for advice from Vanessa, who has volunteered in this homeless shelter before. She told me that most of the residents were actually very kind, and many of them had families. But unfortunately, those homes had been destroyed by alcohol and/or drug abuse.
I don't see my family often. I have been living here alone for 8 months.
After patiently listening to their stories, I understand that what they need most is interaction with people. They need someone who is willing to listen and talk to them. The warm food we bring over is only something to fill up their stomachs.
You guys from Taiwan come here to help the poor, like us in homeless shelters. We put on our best behavior when you visit, so as to give thanks to you and your people who help us.
We advised him to quit smoking and drinking. He does not drink on Fridays because he knows that Tzu Chi volunteers will be coming to visit them, which is very encouraging to us. At least, by not drinking, he tries to show respect and looks forward to our visiting.
In the local Indian language, Chillán means where the sun is sitting. It is a city located 249 miles south of Chile's capital city, Santiago, in the Biobío region. Chillán has a population of 170,000 people and is at the heart of Chile's rich agricultural region.
por aquí la bolsa.
Ever since we have gotten to know these homeless people in the shelter, My husband was curious to know what they were doing during the day.
他就很好奇这些游民白天都在做什么工作。
He then decided to follow them to their gathering place in the morning. It's a traditional marketplace.
Jesus is one of the residents at the homeless shelter, and he works at the traditional market in Xi'an. Compared to other homeless people, he is lucky. At least he can earn enough money to pay for boarding at the shelter.
到了传统市场以后才知道。
Arriving at the traditional market, we realized that not all of the homeless people are able to stay in the shelter. Those who are severely addicted to alcohol or cannot afford the daily charge of 400 pesos, about 80 cents, are not qualified to stay in the shelter. Therefore, those people's problems are much more severe than those who are permitted to stay in the shelter.
去游民之家的游民问题还重。
La comida que le vamos a llevar a la gente afuera. Ya. Ancianos, los gente pobre, los que no tienen dónde comer, los que son buenos para tomar, ¿okay? Que no duermen en la calle.
We encourage them to acquire a space in the shelter. By doing so, they have to reduce their alcohol consumption and try to find a job. Chilean people are very passionate. Whenever they see Tzu Chi volunteers, they always give us hugs and kisses in the cheek. We don't mind about their odor or try to flee from them anymore. There are always people talking to us about their difficulties and problems with tears on their faces.
I'm happy they all came back. I told the others, but no one believed me. But they all came. The lady and the gentleman told me they were coming, and I knew they would.
At first, when we came here with the volunteers, we were surprised that there were so many people who slept on the streets. Altogether, it can be as much as 30 people. That's why I feel happy to be able to help every single one of them, and will continue to do so, because these are people who deserve our help. We taught them that alcohol is not the best way. We want them to know that we can help, and we're not just doing it for now. We'll always be with them.
Si nosotros podemos ayudarlo en eso, nosotros lo vamos a ayudar, pero no ahora, sino siempre, siempre, siempre estar acá con ellos.
Esto se hace para las personas.
This is for the people who live on the streets, who don't have a job or home, people who for various reasons don't have food to eat all day. They're only interested in drinking. Therefore, one way to change this is to bring them a plate of food, a cup of hot coffee. This way they can rest at ease and not have to think about drinking alcohol. We want to reach out to them little by little to let them know that alcohol is not good for them, their health or family, since most of them are out here because they already lost their family.
Nosotros queremos de a poquito llegar a ellos y así le explicamos que el alcohol no es bueno ni para ellos, ni para su salud, ni para su familia, porque muchos han perdido su familia por estar en la calle.
A friend of mine died here because of the cold night. I've already lost my family due to alcohol. That's why I'm not going to leave my friends.
They are very united. There are friends who take care of each other. For example, they will share their food and bread because at this moment, their friends are their families.
他说环保啊，跟他说捡保特瓶啊，那保特瓶的。
At the shelter, we told them about the concept of environmental protection and collecting plastic bottles for recycling. They are interested and willing to help us pick up plastic bottles on the streets. It's a big help for us because it not only reduces environmental pollution, but it also generates funds that we can use for the homeless people. We told them that they are actually helping themselves, and once they are able to stand up on their own, they will also be capable of helping others.
就我们用在有名的身上，我们希望可以教育他，可以再给他更好的环境。那这个我们就要告诉他说，你今天帮的是你自己，然后等哪一天你能帮你自己站起来，你就有能力去帮别人。
Did you know that the 2010 earthquake was so powerful that NASA reported it shortened the length of a day? Now, 1 year after the quake, we can still see the profound impression that Tzu Chi volunteers left in the affected communities. When they returned to the cities of Tumbes, Dichado, and Copacabana, the mayor of Copacabana honored Tzu Chi volunteers for their dedication and selfless love.
We are more prepared now. When the alarm sounds, we tie up the boats to protect them. That way, what happened before won't be repeated. We can't tell the future. We have to live in the moment. Try to recover what we've lost and live day by day. Beyond that, we can't tell.
I woke up the moment it was shaking very hard, and my granddaughter asked me, "Grandma, what's going on?" I grabbed what I could, some documents from my purse, and put on a vest and skirt. Then they brought me out of the house and to the car and drove me to a higher place. At night, we arrived somewhere even further and higher. From there, I saw the sea came and took all the houses and everything away.
On February 27, 2010, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake occurred in the Biobío region of Chile. 370,000 homes were damaged, and at least 562 people were killed in this devastating disaster.
I didn't have anything to eat for 2 days. While we were up there, a little boy came and asked me, "Grandma, what have you eaten?" I told him nothing. I have nothing to eat at all.
The following tsunamis hit coastal fishing towns, such as Tumbes and Dichado, and ended up being the most damaging. In March and May of 2010, Tzu Chi volunteers from the United States and South America gathered together to distribute supplies in 5 small towns in the Biobío region. Over 10,000 people received blankets and food supplies.
Y salimos algo como las 6 de la mañana, salimos para acá,
We left at 6 in the morning to come here. We came to help distribute because honestly, we didn't know how it could be done or how we could help.
Y llegamos acá y nos encontramos con la sorpresa que estaba todo preparado, estaban las cajas separadas.
And we arrived surprised to find everything prepared. There were boxes separated and lined up. There were blankets and everything. They told us what to do, the way to help. We had to help carry the boxes for the people and accompany the military trucks, as well as people who needed help. I think the best reward is when they say thank you, or God bless you.
que a mí siempre me gustó de ayudar. Como yo lo...
I have always liked to help. In order to live, there has to be a way to help. You guys gave me the opportunity to get to know the foundation and begin to help. Even without money, I can still volunteer to help people. How did you feel on the day we came to help?
I was thrilled that you came because you came from so far away. When disasters happen in other countries, we don't know how to help those people. Just as this disaster is happening in Japan right now, how can I help them? Look at how many people were lost. I cried a lot because I thought, how can I help them? We went to church every day and prayed for all those people. They told me more than 15,000 people were lost. They had it a lot worse than here.
We started to get to know them, the volunteers. We helped by finding the truck and checking in. There were about 20 people who were in charge of the distribution, and they later distributed relief goods to 600 families. But it was okay, because God was watching. I felt good, like it was a blessing from God. I hope nothing worse happens, so I can find a job and be with my family. I want to represent everyone from Tumbes to thank you. We are very, very grateful and wish that one day we could give back for what you have done. We have a wish. Although we haven't done it yet, we want to gather people here to prepare something and send it to Japan. We want to help because I can imagine how much they must be suffering now. I get emotional just thinking about it.
Me emociono mucho, ¿eh? Gracias, mi querida. Gracias por todo. ¿Qué pasaba?
Kokakura was at the epicenter of the huge earthquake. Approximately 95% of the households in that town were destroyed. Tzu Chi volunteers distributed supplies to 900 families there 1 month after the quake. 1 year later, the Kokakura city government built a plaque on the seashore to remember the Tzu Chi volunteers who came to help.
Y lo curioso fue que ellos hablaban en inglés o taiwanés, nadie de nosotros no entendíamos nada.
What's intriguing is these people spoke English or Taiwanese, and no one understood. So I went with my little bit of English and tried to understand. We did a translation over the phone. What impressed me was your warmth and interest to work with us and other affected communities. We had a line of people who were giving, saying thank you to those who are receiving, when it's usually the opposite, with the one receiving saying thanks.
We believe that this is a symbol of truth and trust. It will continue to protect our sea and show our respect to Mother Nature. We wanted to place it here in this new plaza where there will be other memorial plaques. What we felt was the most special about your organization was your solidarity. For you guys, as a foreign group, to arrive and be with our people within only a few days after the disaster hit, encouraging us to pick ourselves up from the ground and keep going. This is something very meaningful and very valuable to us.
Como un condenado, de la mente no me sale, que le perdí a la chiquilla por entre los matorrales. Como que me gusta, le gustan las guayas, como que me gusta.
Master Teng Yen says every disaster serves as an awakening, and only by emulating the Buddhist spirit of selfless love can people be lifted out of the darkness. At first, the local people were puzzled by why a group of Asians would travel over 7,500 kilometers to help strangers. But soon enough, they learned the language of love is universal. In our next segment, Footprints, we share with you the personal journey of Francis Lee. Fluent in Chinese, English, and Spanish, Francis Lee had assisted Tzu Chi's relief team in the 2010 earthquake as the translator and the coordinator of the Buddha blessing ceremony. But prior to volunteering in Tzu Chi, she had found happiness in luxury and riches.
Earlier in my life, I worked for one of the largest Chinese broadcasting stations in Los Angeles. Because I did my job very well, I earned lots of money. Back then, I didn't realize the true meaning of living, so I lived a very luxurious and wasteful lifestyle. After the September 21, 1999 earthquake in Taiwan, I participated in fundraising activities that were co-sponsored by the broadcasting station I worked for and the Tzu Chi Foundation. During that time, I felt very happy and was moved by the experience. Since then, I often participate in various Tzu Chi activities. For me, life's impermanence had been just a concept until my doctor told me that I had acute leukemia. I then realized that human beings are so small and helpless. When it happened, I kept searching through Master Cheng Yan's teachings. When something happens, we should remain calm and take good care of our minds. I immediately turned my own thoughts around. I let the doctors take care of my body, and I gave my heart to Buddhism. Now my recovery is going very well. I have a public relations job at the headquarters of Tzu Chi Foundation USA and actively participate in various activities such as International Disaster Relief and Tzu Chi World, a broadcasting program that preaches Master Cheng Yan's teachings. My wish is to invite more people in Central and South American countries to join Tzu Chi. Central and South America is a large geographical area where a great amount of volunteers are needed. I would like to undertake this job to relieve the sufferings of the local people. Let us plant the seeds of love so that it may grow and embrace Central and South America.
For Francis Lee, life's time clock is something she can't control, but spending her time well is something she can do. And that is devoting her time to Tzu Chi. I'm Ginger Chang. Thank you for watching US Tzu Chi 360, and I'll see you next week.